family, Eve here. So family, today I'm going to do a video because most of you know the children of Israel, we were scattered amongst the four corners, to the four corners of the earth, because God said he was going to scatter us. So today I'm going to make a video showing you on who Judah. I did videos before on the 12 sons of Israel, the 12 tribes, the nation of Israel. I showed you who the 12 tribes were today. I did them. I did the 12 tribes during the time of our forefathers and who they are today. So family, today I'm going to show you with accuracy who Judah is. And I told you who he was, but today I'm going to show you exactly where Judah was during all this time, where he was scattered to during the time of our slavery. So, but before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like I said before, again, I want to show you who some of the tribes are through where they were scattered to. So most of you know that you are aware that we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. We dwelt amongst all these different nations, people who we didn't know who they were, and because God said he was going to scatter us to the four corners. And he said he was going to do this because of our disobedience and our failure to keep his law. But he said he was going to scatter us, and he also said he was going to unscatter us. But let me show you what it says about him scattering us. And it says, this is Deuteronomy chapter 64 through Deuteronomy 28, 64 through 66. And it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. 65 says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in the doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have no assurance of thy life. So when he say a trembling heart, that means we're going to be afraid all the time, because there's so many things going to be done to us that's going to be evil and wicked and cause so much harm to us. So we're going to be afraid all the time. The failing of our eyes means we're going to be blinded. We're not going to have no clue as to what's going on with us. We're not going to know who we are as a people. We're not going to know anything. We're just going to be there serving these people. And sorrow of mind mean we're going to, so many of our people going to be diagnosed with mental illness, like they're going to be crazy from just all the things that has happened to us. And so, like I said, God mentioned this he mentioned this, that we will be scattered, and it will be through slavery. He mentioned it twice. He mentioned it to Abraham in the book of Genesis chapter 15, 13 through 16, and then he mentioned it again in the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And let me show you where it says that. And it says, Genesis 15, 13 says, and he said to Abram, know of a surety that thy seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. And 14 says, and also the nation whom thou shalt serve, he said, the nation whom thou shalt serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. And let me show you. I want to read 15 and 16 to you too. And 15 says, and thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. So, and then the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 68 said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, but the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So that's what he said. That's when we would be scattered to the four corners, when we go through slavery by them ships. We're going to be sold as slaves. Bondmen and bondwomen means slaves. So we're going to be scattered to the four corners. All the tribes, the 12 tribes, are going to be scattered to the four corners. And they're not going to know where they are, who they are. They're not going to know. They're not going to have any knowledge of their father, who they people are, they're not going to have no knowledge. They're going to lose complete sight of who they are. But he also said that he would gather us back. When he scatter us, he said he's going to gather us back. So now, that's what he's doing. Because he said we was going to serve these people for 400 years. And after that 400 years was up, then he said those people who afflicted us will he judge. And he said we will come out with great substance. And that's what's taking place right now. The gathering and the great substance. So let me show you. He said, now, he said in Isaiah 11, chapter 11, verse 11 and 12, he says, 11 says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. 12 says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather them, then gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. See, now that we have served and that 400-year period is up and we're not slaves anymore and we're not in bondage no more, he said he was going to gather us back again and we were going to come out with great substance. See, that great substance he's talking about is us being restored to back to who we are as a people, as his children. He's restoring us. He's getting ready to give us back all those things that he allowed to be taken from us, our lands, our knowledge of who we are, and just being able to be amongst our people again and to serve him again. More than anything is to serve him. So family, I wanted to show you guys that, but let me show you how it took place. So when the children of Israel, when we were dwelling, when God brought us out of bondage in Egypt, when we was dwelling amongst the when we was dwelling in the wilderness after coming out of bondage in Egypt, the Most High began to give us laws that we were supposed to keep in order to be able to live in righteousness and live according to his will or his way. However, when we were in the wilderness, we began to be disobedient. So what he did was he began to give us laws. And so he passed these laws down to Moses, his prophet, which was one of the children of Israel. He was from the tribe of Levi. So he began to give us laws through Moses and his brother Aaron. Moses was put in charge of law, and Aaron was also a part of the laws, his part was to be the minister, a priest to the people. And as a minister or priest to the people, he was supposed to bear the weight of the people, or carry the weight, or show them all the things that they were supposed to do, because it was Aaron who caused all the people to fail in the wilderness anyway, because he made that golden calf and they began to worship it. So God put him over the minister, over the priesthood, so that he can also bring the people and have them dwell and do righteously. So with that being said, God had the children of Israel get together and to create this breastplate, this ephod, a vest, and it had a breastplate on it, and on the breastplate it was it was considered the breastplate of righteousness. So on the breastplate, God had the children of Israel put 4 rows on it, and each row had 3 stones, and each stone was symbolic for one of the children of Israel. So it was 12. It was 4 rows, three stones on each row, which made it 12 rows, 12 sons of Israel. So and this is what Aaron was supposed to, that's how I say he was bearing the weight of the people, bearing the weight of the children of Israel. Because this vest, God made him and his sons, Aaron was to wear this vest anytime he would go in to minister to the people. He had to wear this vest. So the vest had, like I said, 12 stones. So this is how I'm finna show you who Judah is and how America is where Judah is. And I said I was going to use the movie The Wizard of Oz to show you from this that Judah is the one that was scattered to the Americas. He was the one in Americas, the African American Negro. And so let me show you the order of the stones. And this, you can find this in let's see, where can you find it? In Exodus. I know you can find it in the book of Exodus where the stones are I think it's Exodus 7. I know it's the verse 17. Let me see where it's at. Okay, it's Exodus 28, 17 through 18. And 17 says, and thou shalt set in its setting of stones, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. The second row shall be emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. The fourth row a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their enclosing. 21 says, and the stones shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names. He's saying according to their birth, in the order that they were born, like the engraving of a signet. Everyone with his name shall they be according to the 12 tribes. And this is the order of their birth: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. So that's how. So I'm finna show you the Wizard of Oz. I'm finna read to you how Judah is the African American Negro that's in the Americas based on the movie The Wizard of Oz. So when the movie The Wizard of Oz first come on, Dorothy, she has this dog, and her dog name is Toto. So Toto gets into his neighbor's yard, and his neighbor is a mean old woman, and he gets into her yard. So she decided that she gonna go to the law, and so she can have Toto removed and put to sleep, or I forgot the name, what they call it, when they put an animal to sleep. But she was gonna have him put to sleep. So she went to the law and told him, that's what she wanted to do. So she came back and she told Dorothy's aunt and uncle that she had a citation to take the dog and take him in so that they can do this to the dog. So when she left out the house, she put the dog in this basket. So she riding along on her little bicycle, just as mean as she want to be. She riding along, and all of a sudden he jumps out of the basket and he runs back to the house. He runs back to Dorothy. Dorothy figures out she can't stay there because guess what? If she stay there, then she gonna come back and get him again, and she gonna take him again. So what Dorothy do is she run away. So when she began to run away, she runs to this man. She's walking, and she walks into this man, and this man appears to be what you call a soothsayer. One of those people who read palms and read all these things, or read his crystal ball to tell you your past, your present, your future, tell you your future. So when she comes up on the man, he got this trailer, this big old wagon, and he's telling you what he does. And his name is called Captain Marvel. And Marvel means to be filled with wonder or astonishment. Now, you remember in the book of Deuteronomy when God told us all these things that was going to come up on us when we went into slavery, these people was going to do to us. He said in Deuteronomy 28:37, it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whither thy Lord shall lead thee. See, so Marvel, his name, Marvel, means astonishment, to wonder in astonishment. When we have to go into slavery, we're going to become an astonishment. We're going to become a proverb, meaning people going to be going to be stunned and shocked to see what has happened to the children of Israel, because we are God's chosen people. So that's going to bring about astonishment to all the other nations. They're going to be surprised because they're going to be like, oh, he loved them. Them was his children. What happened with them? The reason they fell like this. So astonishment with them, or they marvel at what happened to the children of Israel. So that's what his name is symbolic for in the movie. And so as Dorothy, as things continue to go on, also the word on his wagon, it also said the crown. It said he is the crown. The wagons was symbolic. It says crown heads of Europe. It's the writing on his wagon said Professor Marvel, crowned heads of Europe. Let him read your past, your present, and your future. Now you remember the book of Revelation speaks of the crowns of the crown heads. It speaks of crowns and heads. And it's in Revelations 13:1. And it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horn 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. Blasphemy. Blasphemy, we know, is the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, meaning speaking mean and vicious things about God or anything that's sacred or God, because God is usually what's sacred, and or profane talk that's against God. So so it's telling us right there that these people, he's reading her future. He's telling Dorothy, you getting ready to go, and you getting ready to dwell amongst these people, the Europeans, people of Europe, the British, the Roman, all them people that I done spoke of in the East and over in the South, all those people over there that are gonna enslave us. Those people that are come together that we're gonna serve for this 400 years of bondage. So it's that man, just seeing that man in the movie, that man right there, just looking him up, tells a lot about what's getting ready to happen in this movie and the scattering of the children of Israel, or the scattering of Judah. So family, I did that, and I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to have a part 2 to it. So with that being said, family, I thank you for visiting my video, and I'll see you on the next one.